Hello everyone, it's your host BVE Central and we're back again with another video, and this time we got like a roadmap news. We got so much news and so much exciting news from BVE Western Region, giving us an update about the Central Line, Jubilee Line, North London Line, and route development and what's just been going on. So without further ado, let's go straight into it. So the next version of the Central Line and our other routes. That's a nice little picture there of White City Station. Ooh, you can see that the destination has changed to Bethnal Green. We didn't have that before, but now for a long-awaited update on the next version of the Central Line and our other routes. This may be a bit of a long read, but we have so much to talk about. While some of this might be old news, it has been a while since we outlined our plan. So yeah, it has been a while since they actually outlined their plan. I mean, ever since they released the North London Line, we've just been getting a few hints and teasers. We don't know what's going on, but yeah, at least them guys, the team themselves, said it's been a while since they outlined their plans. So, however, they thought we should hear that officially from them and not just rumors, you know what I mean? So the future of BVE Western Region is an exciting one with some serious mileage plan in terms of route extensions. That's really good. That's really good because what it is, a lot of developers have so much potentials, but it won't be met, you know what I mean? And it's like they might do a few projects here and there and that's it, and then just disappear. Whereas these guys, they said it's an exciting future and some serious mileage is planned into terms of route extension, so that's good to hear. They also said there are some brand new ideas of routes currently on the drawing board, so that's good. So the team they have plans about making some brand new ideas, which is currently on the drawing board. So it's good to see that the team is still thinking about making new things and considering making new things. They said this might not see the light of day entirely in the future, but for now, it's something they're talking about and offering. So they want to take this opportunity to put some rumors to bed by confirming what it is and what isn't happening. So that's good. That's real good. That's real good. So the Central Line. So they have been quietly working on the Central Line behind the scenes. A lot of what has been done might not be ready, apparent. Okay. The team undertook a complete rebuild of the route from scratch. No way. So they actually just rebuilt the whole route from scratch. Holy shit. Wow. I was not expecting that. You know, I mean, who would be expecting for them to completely rebuild this route from scratch? But that has meant various other platforms and signings has now become accessible. That is really cool then. I mean, if they rebuilt the whole route from scratch and given us various platforms and signings, that's really good. It has not been a small task. And yeah, you could imagine rebuilding a route from scratch. That is not a small task. And putting other platforms and signings accessible, that is also not a small task. They originally planned to rebuild all of the underground stations as well and release a demo. Wow. But it has taken longer than planned. That's fine. That's fine. You know, again, the team is building the route from scratch. So take as much time as you need because the shit ain't going to be easy. The replacement 1992 stock also suffered from several major setbacks, and that was expected. Okay, fair enough. But they say the new train boasts new ATP and ATP written from scratch as well. So basically, they just did it again. They just rebuilt the whole thing from scratch. Holy shit! They closely replicate what is seen on the real train with a level of accuracy not seen before. So what's happening is they've just decided, you know what, we're just going to rewrite the whole thing, the whole route, the whole train, and to the standard of what other routes are. So believe it or not, the current Central Line route that we have, apparently, according to them, it's not up to par in terms of the train. And they decided to just, you know, just screw it. We're just going to write the whole thing again. It goes on to say, most of you may not be aware, but the original plugin wasn't able to handle trains in front. Oh, okay, holy shit. So what they're saying is the original plugin wasn't able to handle trains in front. So the current Central Line route and train, if it used to put a train in front of it, apparently it was not able to handle it. That's wow. Is it a thing? Maybe the plugin can't recognize other trains in front of it? Because I was thinking maybe it's just wow. Okay, yeah. That's wow. That's something new to take in. But the new one can. So apparently, yeah. So the current train that we have right now, apparently, if you used to put a whole train in front of it, it probably won't recognize. I don't know. Maybe it'll just crash because it just conflicts with the code. Or maybe it was just crashing into the other train. But anyways, they said this one now can, so that means they can replicate the rush hour experience with the London Underground at its busiest, and perhaps when concert kicks out at the O2 or Wembley, which is cool. That is really cool. That's really cool. Unfortunately, this has presented a whole new level of obstacles to overcome. Our ATP currently gets confused if it has to process traffic. Oh. This is something we're finally making some progress on, but it has taken a while. You know, the C, I don't know what they call it. Are they calling it C++ or #C? I don't know. Plus, a lot of screaming at the PC as the system slams on emergency brakes for no reason. So, yeah, guys, you can tell these lot are having a nightmare with the codes because the PC sometimes just slams on emergency brakes and probably just shuts down on them. So, it must be so annoying. Our point is we want to get this right this time around so it can withstand the test of time. So what they're saying is, look, we just want to get it done the first time. So testing will be cool, and over time they won't have some issues that people have been experiencing, like the way we are now with the Central Line. Again, there's been so much errors discovered over time, and you can probably tell these guys, they know of the errors over time, and it's just a thing, they just want to get it done the right time and the first time. So in the future, maybe if they do discover some problems, not as much as we're discovering right now, but yeah. So they're going on to say they had a surveys. Yeah, so if you guys weren't aware, they had a little poll on Twitter, so you should follow them on Twitter because they do say some things that are engaging. So they actually had a poll on Twitter and they need the community feedback. And so the poll was basically saying, should we release the route as it is, as where we're now, or should we just take our time and extend the Central Line? And the majority of favor was, guys, you know what? If you need to take your time and it's going to be brilliant, then go for it. So, yeah, as I said, the results were in favor of taking our time and extending the Central Line. You spoke, we listened. So, again, I mean, these guys are doing it for free. All right, that's one thing to consider. They're doing it for free in their own spare time. You know, they have jobs as well. They've got to make a living in order to do this. So setting them a goal or a deadline is kind of like a dick move, because it's like, guys, at the end of the day, they're doing this for free. They're getting pleasure from seeing people playing their routes, looking back and having a fun time. And to give them a deadline, that's kind of tough, man. That's kind of a dick move, in my opinion, anyways. And they also say they do pride themselves in taking the time to do things properly as well. So again, if you give them a deadline, is going against their pride, because they take pride in taking their time and doing it correctly. You know what I mean? So that way it doesn't feel rushed in their eyes. It's really cool, which is really cool. And again, a lot has changed since they first released the Central line over 5 years ago, which is crazy. That route came out over 5 years ago. So they wanted to take the opportunity to improve and bring it up to the same standard as the Jubilee line and the North London lines. Both of those routes are really impeccable. The refurbishments, what they did to the class 313 and the different liveries and the graphics, it's amazing. The route is amazing. Jubilee line's beautiful. Jubilee line is beautiful. You know what I mean? Really. So to go on to say goodbye to phases. Oh man, what phases? As first rolled out by the North London line, BVE Western Region no longer refers to any of its projects as phases. We ask that you respect of this. Okay. Part of the reason behind this change is to allow us to fix any bugs that may occur as BVE itself goes through a considerable upgrade. It wouldn't make sense if we have a patch as a root of ours and say, please download phase 1 over 1.2. That includes a fix that stops the trees from turning pink. That just sounds silly. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. I see where they're coming from. They're basically saying they don't want to release like a phase 3.0 and say, oh, yeah, the only difference in this phase is this stops the tree turning pink. You know what I mean? Because the whole point of phases was like we saw in the Jubilee line where phase 1 was like from Stratford to North Green. So here is their plan for the Central line. You can think of it as a roadmap, you know what I mean, but they are no longer calling it phases, so they're calling it from versions. So version 1 is from Eden Broadway to Liverpool Street. This version is currently available. If you need help downloading it, links will be in the description, and I have some tutorials. So go ahead and check that out. And they are aware that it suffers a lot of reading's impeccable today, but they are aware it suffers with reliability issues with the plugin used for the ATO/ATP system. So if you guys are not aware or have encountered, sometimes the route doesn't load the ATO or ATP systems properly, and it's just a well-known bug. These guys even said since they released the route, if you check in their their manual, they'll say they are aware of the issues and they have given you some solutions. I think I've discovered a little solution as well with the ATO and the ATP. If the route doesn't load it, or it fails to load it, just do a quick security scan. That's what I've done. That's what I've been doing recently, because apparently the plugin interferes with the antivirus. For some reason, antivirus thinks it's like a malware, and sometimes they may get rid of it or just fuffle around with it. So yeah, just do a quick security scan. If I do encounter that problem again, I'm gonna just film myself doing it and see, basically, and show you guys the solution. Anyways, version 2 is from Liverpool Street to Leytonstone. This would include the upgraded 1992 stock, and there'll be options to start at North Acton or White City, and also the ability to use both platforms, both platforms at Eden Broadway, this is sick. This is sick. What? Both platforms at Eden Broadway. I always wanted to start from the other side of Eden Broadway, you know what I mean? Because if you're not aware, trains can literally just pull out the station, you know what I mean? Just accelerate over the junction. Just, you know what I mean? Whereas if you start at the other side, you've got to cross the junction, slow down a bit, then you can accelerate. But that's cool. And you can also start from North Acton. That is really cool. You can also start from North Acton. So you can also start in the middle of North Acton station, which is really cool. Also from White City as well. That's kind of sick. The following is an approximation of the extensions planned beyond Leytonstone. So they have some few ideas of the extensions beyond Leytonstone, which Leytonstone to end of our Newbury Park. That is wow. Hainault to Woodford plus New Leytonstone to Woodford. Wow. Woodford to Epping. West Ruslip. Oh, I can't say that word. West Ruslip to North Acton. No way they're actually doing West Ruslip to North Acton. I think that will be cool. West Ruslip to North Acton, that will be cool. Because that section there is like a speeding section. So, and also return journeys once the return journey is to be added once the entire line is built. That is sick. That is really cool. These guys are even considering to do return journeys. These versions are subject to change. This is only included to give us an example based on the current ambitions. This could take a few years to complete, but we like to think it'll be worth it. We shall, of course, keep you up to date with developments. Again, this route is set in 2002 to 2003 and reflects this area as closely as possible. So there are no plans to make a modern area. That is really good because the modern area of the Central Line sucks. Right now, the Central Line sucks in terms of the station. If you saw, bruv, I can't lie to you. When I was playing this route, the stations look different. I was like, hold on. Why is it that the station looks better in the route than it does in reality, bruv? Like Taunton Court Road. If you was to compare it, how it looks in the route and how it looks now, you can see the life of the stations just got sucked out into modernization. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, the modern Central Line, it's fine, you know what I mean? But if you compare that to 2002 and 3 era, then you would want to go for this era. The only difference is just the announcement. But it's just the announcement. I mean, like, you really cares about the announcements like that. I mean, as long as you can hear them and you know where you're at, then it's cool. But yeah, man. But anyways, I'm going to cut this video short because I don't want to blabber on. We will talk about the Jubilee line section. And again, as they scrolling through it, they just had to repeat in the previous post what they were saying about the Jubilee line and more mainline routes and any plans of making new tube routes. And yeah, so we will continue this newsletter or roadmap, and see you guys in the next one. It's been yours, BVE Central. Peace out.